What's up everyone, College Sasson here. Welcome back to another video. Today we got my NXT Vengeance Day predictions. I'm recording this straight after my AW Grand Slam predictions because Saturday night we get a lot of wrestling. We get Vengeance Day and we do get Grand Slam. So yeah, I'll leave a link to my Grand Slam predictions in the comment section below. I will try to predict reaction video for both shows. They may end up being Monday. I'll try to get one out Sunday if I can. But yeah, it might end up having to be on Monday. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how quickly I can get those reviews done, edited, and uploaded. NXT is kind of on the up a bit. I haven't really been a big fan of NXT as of late. Like the last 2-3 years of NXT hasn't really done it. Really since the rebrand to 2.0, I was forgetting what it was called for a second. I'd watch it now and again. I'd watch not the takeovers, but the PLEs now. I'd watch the weekly show here and there, but I've actually watched the last 4 or 5 weeks of NXT TV. I've kind of started getting into NXT a bit more again. Mainly because the women's division in NXT is kind of I started watching again when Giulia won the belt. It was New Year's Evil, that show, when her and Oba Femi won the belts. And since then, I've been keeping up weekly with NXT. So, yeah, I am kind of excited for the show for the first time in a long time. I've been intrigued in an NXT show, let's just say. And with Ricky Starks literally just debuting this past Tuesday on NXT, I feel like that's going to inject a little bit of, star power that NXT desperately was needing in the men's division, especially when, I think call-ups are going to happen soon, and I think they're going to lose one of the big stars in NXT. They need a Ricky Starks. Maybe, we know Miro and Aleister Black have recently just left AEW, so maybe one of them could inject some more power into NXT, which, again, it's needed, as I said. But, Ricky Starks is there. He was really needed, and yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with Ricky. I'm interested, do we get a Ricky appearance here at Vengeance Day to follow up? And yeah, I'm guessing we don't know his WWE name yet. We don't know if he's keeping Ricky Starks. They never mentioned him by name, so he could end up being something else. But yeah, we know him now as Ricky Starks. So maybe we'll find out more about him and what his future holds in NXT. We're going to start off with the strap match between Eddy Thorpe and Trick Williams. Trick Williams is who I was referencing when I do think there will be some call-ups. I do think Trick's NXT time is nearing an end. He's been there for a long time. He's done everything there is to do there. He's been a champion. He's been North American champion. I really feel like we're in the home stretch for Trick Williams' NXT run. And I feel like that's the right thing to do for Trick. He needs a refresh. But like I said, that's why the NXT men's division needed someone like a Ricky Starks, someone to bring in a bit of someone to bolster up that roster. And he's gone up against Eddy Thorpe in a strap match. And you would think, oh, well, if Trick's gone up and Eddy could be built up to be one of the top guys to replace him at the top of NXT, which I could see them doing, I'm going with a Trick Williams win here. Because I feel like where we're going is we're going to build to Trick and Oba Femi, with Trick getting his rematch against Oba at Stand and Deliver Liverpool WrestleMania weekend. Oba gets the win over Trick there, and that's what sends Trick off to the main roster, and we get a post-Mania call-up for Trick. So I feel like to get to that point, you need Trick Williams to get the win over Eddy Thorpe here. So yeah, we're going with Trick versus Eddy in the strap match, and I hope it's not a stupid WWE strap match where you touch this post, touch that post, touch that one, touch all 4 corners. I like the old school, NWA, AW do it this way as well, where, the strap match, it's just there to keep the 2 guys tied together. You don't have to touch the corners. You're not playing red light, green light. So yeah, I'm hoping it's like that, but I feel like it'll be the stupid WWE version, and, it'll probably be like Eddy touches Trick, but Trick's there behind him touching him, and then all of a sudden Trick he gets there first. It's going to be something silly like that. But yeah, I do think Trick gets the win here. Next up, Jevon Evans versus Ethan Page. These are 2 guys. Well, Ethan Page is already at the top of that card in NXT. And I feel like Jevon Evans is another one that could step up into the role. Like I said in previous videos, I've talked a lot about my love for Jay Malachi's DPW run. And I feel like he's more than ready to step up and be a top guy for NXT. And that's why I'm going with him to beat Ethan Page here. I feel like that will be a big win that kind of kickstarts the rise of Jevon Evans. Like, he's already one of the top guys, I feel like, in NXT. You know, he is feuding with Ethan Page, a former NXT champion. And yeah, I feel like this is kind of what's going to kickstart Evans's rise to be one of NXT's next big stars, let's just say it that way, because he's very talented and an amazing wrestler, and I think he should be in Page. Next up, we're going to talk about the North American Championship, the NXT Women's North American Championship match. Stephanie Vaquer challenges Fallon Henley, and I'm going with Stephanie Vaquer to get the win and become North American champion. You know, she came in around the same time as Giulia. A lot of hype, a lot of buzz around her, especially following her appearances in AEW at Forbidden Door. That amazing match with Mercedes Moné. And yeah, I just feel like, you know, they'd be silly not to give the belt to Vaquer. I like Fallon Henley. I do think Fallon has potential and can be someone, you know, going forward in the main roster women's division, especially with the two mid-card titles. But Stephanie Vaquer's big name, and I feel like, you know, you want to capitalize it. And, you know, the NXT women's division is hyped a lot. That's what you, like, the big selling point to NXT at the moment to me is. And I feel like giving the belt to Vaquer here is the right thing to do. She's an amazing wrestler. Fallon's had her run. I just want to see Stephanie Vaquer win the belt. I don't really have much more to add onto that one. Next up, Tag Team Championship match, Frazer and Axiom against Briggs and Inamura. Of course, Fraxiom, the defending champions, and I'm going with Fraxiom to retain. I've been a big fan of Inamura for a couple of years now, since I first seen him in Noah a long time ago. Probably like 4 or 5 years now since like I started watching Noah regularly again. Of course, like I'd seen stuff from it from years prior when like Kenta and all was there. Who's recently come back there. But, you know, you go back to Prime Noah in the mid-2000s when they're doing stuff for it. Obviously, I've seen some of that stuff, but I kind of started watching Noah like pretty regularly during lockdown again, because, you know, I had nothing to do but watch Japanese wrestling all day. But yeah, Inamura is great. Of course, they're teaming with Briggs, because Briggs was over in Noah during the N1 last year. And yeah, I just see Frazer and Axiom keep the belts. Again, they're another team that I can see getting called up. But outside of them, the NXT tag division, it is kind of weak-ish at the moment. There was a very good tag team matchup on NXT, the triple threat, which Briggs and Inamura won, which kind of earned them the shot at the titles. That was a good match. So maybe you can start to develop and bring up more teams. But yeah, for right now, I think they have to keep the belt on Frazer and Axiom. I don't see Frazer and Axiom losing the belt, because once they lose the belts, I see them going up to the main roster. And even though I think that could be soon, I don't think the NXT tag division is ready to lose them. Like, Briggs and Inamura, like I mentioned, they had a great triple threat tag team match on NXT, but I feel like, looking at challengers, I feel like there's no real big standouts that you can go for with them. So, but again, if you keep the belts on Frazer and Axiom, what really else is there to do? Like I said, the tag division, it's not really there at the moment, even though that triple threat match on NXT this week was very good. But like, I'm just trying to remember who else did that. You had Hank and Tank, and was it No Quarter Catch Crew? Like, are any of them going to win the belts in the future? Are any of them like really going to be like big challengers for Axiom more to lose the belts, to step up and carry the division alongside Briggs and Inamura? I don't think so. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they do in that one. I'm actually going to save the women's match for last, because I want to talk about that the match I'm most excited to. So I'm going to talk about Oba Femi, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller in a triple threat match. The interesting part of this matchup is the A-Town Down Under like dynamic between Theory and Waller. I thought the promo segment on NXT was good, where they were both like, I've never been NXT champion, you've never been NXT champion, but I'd be John Cena, you haven't done that, and you know, stuff like that. And then they were like, yeah, we're going to beat you up now and beat down Oba Femi. The reason I'm leaving this match here is I don't see Waller Theory winning the belt here. I feel like this match is just a match for Oba to retain. You know, I think it could be a good match. I like Theory, I like Waller. I think they can have a good match. Oba is awesome. So yeah, I feel like it could be a good match, a good triple threat match. But, my excitement levels for it aren't really that high because I don't see Waller Theory winning it. But yeah, I do think they'll have a good matchup, and Oba should retain it. Like, I just don't see Oba losing, especially like I said when I was talking about Trick Williams. I see that being the direction for Stand and Deliver and giving Trick the big send off there against his getting his rematch against Oba. The only really interesting aspect is, do they break up Waller and Theory? I don't think so. Not on NXT anyway, because they just drafted them to, or transferred them to Raw. So I don't see it happening here. So yeah, Oba gonna retain, but hopefully it is a good triple threat. Then, same the best for last. The match I think will be a match of the night for NXT. It is the Women's Championship matchup. Giulia defending against Bayley, Roxanne, Perez, and Cora. Jade. 4 amazing wrestlers, and I don't know what. Like, I don't think Bayley or Roxanne win. I feel like Roxanne, after her Rumble performance, she has a qualifier for the Chamber against Raquel, and I think she might win that. And then, if we can continue her and Bayley's feud inside the Chamber, maybe continue that on towards WrestleMania, or do they do that at Stand and Deliver? I don't actually know. But I feel like following on from her Royal Rumble performance, Roxanne is pretty much called up to the main roster already. She may as well just be considered main roster at this point. She's been appearing on Raw. She'll have to match on Raw against Raquel as well, as I said, for the Chamber qualifier. She'll be in the Rumble match. She'll be in the Chamber if things go as I think they will. And yeah, so I feel like she won't win the NXT title. She's basically called up. I don't see Bayley winning it either. I can't see Cora Jade winning it after she got added. But also, I don't know if Giulia loses the belt here. That's kind of where I'm torn. Like, she only really won the belt, but Giulia is Giulia. They could have her lose the belt and say, yeah, we're calling her up after Mania. Like, that's the only thing that's maybe making me think Giulia's having such a short NXT title reign. Because, again, it won't surprise me. We've seen that happen in the past where people win a belt in NXT. Like, I'm pretty sure Solo Sikoa won the North American Championship and then was called up straight away and had to relinquish it. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, yeah, Giulia, we have to drop the belt here because we're calling you up. And we're doing it in a fail forward, so maybe you don't even have to eat the pin, and we tell the story of Cora pins Roxanne. And then maybe we continue on Bayley and Roxanne on the main roster, but Cora and Roxanne, they have their feud, and that's how Roxanne gets sent away from NXT at Stand and Deliver by facing Cora. But again, does that need a championship? It's like, see that, like, that's where I'm kind of torn. I'm going to go with Giulia just because I love Giulia, and I would like to have Giulia have a longer reign, just like a couple of months, like a month or two. But like I said, I won't be surprised they had her lose the belt just to call her up. And like the story there of Cora and Roxanne splitting up again, they've been teasing it with the promos, Cora's and Roxanne. There's been a bit of tension there. Roxanne's not happy Cora got added to the match. Like, so I could see them maybe wanting to put the belt on Cora so they can have that match at Stand and Deliver, and then that's how you send up Roxanne and give her farewell from her great NXT run. But yeah, I have 4 amazing wrestlers. It's going to be an amazing matchup. I'm very excited for this one. It's a match I'm looking forward to the most on this card. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know what match you're looking forward to the most. Is it the 4-way? Like I said, what your predictions are as well. Let me know that in the comment section below. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribed if you're not. I'll see you in the next one.